So, evolution of microorganism. How actually the life begin on the earth. In simple word, we can say that scientists have always wondered that how did the life first appear on the earth. So, to figure this out, they look at the clues from the earth in the early days. But since it happened billions of years ago, the evidences we have is indirect, meaning that we can't see it directly. Okay, so but we find the signs or the traces that suggest that what might have happened. So in this particular lecture, we will be studying the evolution of microorganism or how the microorganism have been evolved since today. Since we all know that evolution is what? Evolution is the changes from one form to the another form, or we can say that it is a gradual and continuous transformation from one type to the another type, and this transformation is applicable to the non-living objects such as the stars, planet and element, and that is termed as the inorganic evolution. Okay, there is a organic evolution also, and this evolution is applicable to the living things such as the plants, animals. That is why it is called as the organic evolution. Okay, so the in the inorganic evolution, what happened? The planets, the stars, all these undergo orderly changes over the time, and it took the millions of years and the shape millions of years, and it shapes the universe as we know it today. So organic evolution, it includes the evolution of the living organisms such as plant and animal, and inorganic evolutions include the planet, star and the various galaxies. Okay, so these simpler organisms, they gradually evolved in every generations, and the organisms, they also strived to better their adaptation to the environment. So the adaptation as well as the specialization, and as the organism evolved, they lead to the complexity, or we can say it resulted in much more complex physical structure and the system. So the origin of the life actually began millions of years ago, and at that time the earth atmosphere was too hot and it was too dry that the life do not exist at that time. Okay, so eventually what happened? Eventually the earth conditions gets improved, which in turns led to the emergence of the life. So the life only formed when the earth's environment, they become suitable. So we can say that how old is the earth? So by using the radioactive dating of the meteorites, that is a tiny spaces or the tiny pieces of this space rock, we can say the scientists estimate that the earth is approximately about 4.5 to 4.6 billion year old. And in the first 100 million years, the earth was too hot and it was too violent for the life. And why? Because due to the meteorite constant meteorite impact as well as the various volcanic activities. So when actually earlier it was a very harsh condition, so when this condition got improved over the times, the things calm down, like the meteorite bombardment get decreased, the liquid water appeared, the gases from the volcanic eruption, it formed an atmosphere. So these changes made the earth more suitable for the life, therefore life began. So but how did the life actually start? That's a big question. Okay, and it is still being studied, but first the scientists, they need to understand what life actually means. See, so what is life? According to the scientists, we know, even though the children, okay, when we say something is alive or not, so scientists struggle to define it clearly. So they use a set of features to describe the life. So what are the features that describe the life, or we can say what are the characteristic of the life? So obviously the first one is the orderly structure. Orderly structure means the living things they are organized. For example, the cell. Okay. So living organisms usually have the cells. Each cell is organized to perform such important function. Means for performing the each function, there is one particular cell. So orderly structure. Next is the metabolism. Metabolism means, or we can say using the energy means living things they take in and they use the energy, that is called as metabolism. Next is the reproduction. Living things can make the copy of themselves. So this is the reproduction. So these traits, they help the scientists look for the sign of life, and both on the earth as well as on the other planet like NASA searching for the life on the Mars. Okay, so these are the clues from the living organism. So scientists, they study the living organism, that is the alive organism which are today, and these organisms are known as the extant organism. Okay, extant organism. So what are the extant organism? Those organisms alive today, because some of them still have the ancient features like old part or some old molecule is there, so that are called as the extant organisms. So they can be the relics, or we can say the reminder of the early life. So that gave us the hint about how the life may have started. Okay, we can also find the clues from the fossils. So we can find the fossils of the early life. The best direct evidences would be the fossil only, because the preserved remains of the ancient life. In 1977, some of the scientists have claimed to find the microbial fossils. Okay, microbial fossils, they are generally rare, and it is sometimes often difficult to verify. Okay, so microbial fossils, why it is rare? Because these are the tiny traces of the early microbe. As we know that microbes are not visible with our naked eyes, they are to be seen with the help of the microscope. So microbial fossils, they are the tiny pieces or the tiny traces of the early microbes in the rock. Okay, so by that also we can find some clues about the microbe, but there is a problem. Now what is the problem? Because some rocks, they form the shape that looks like a cell, but are actually, they are formed by the geological processes which are not having a life. So the fossil record for the microbe is very limited, and it is often debated also. Next is the indirect evidences. Now, from the indirect evidences also we can